But I do know like what makes you feel good, right? What makes you feel good is community, love, friendship, and then the satisfaction of work, the satisfaction of overcoming what you call resistance, of having discipline in your life. My friend Jocko, he has this quote, "Discipline equals freedom."
Ah, yes.
It's a great quote.
That's his book, yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's true. Yeah,
it is true.
Yeah. And that's a whole other sort of mystery is why did God or whoever designed the universe make it such that in order for you to feel good about yourself and whatever, you have to do something that's hard.
Yeah.
You know, and if you do something that's easy, if you eat sugar, if you do whatever it is, you're not going to feel bad. Why does it work that way? But it's true. It does. That's an absolute rule.
It certainly does with physically with humans. You know, the people that I know that are the most miserable are obese, sedentary, indulgent, and they are emotional messes. They're just a wreck of angst and anxiety, and they're filled with medications, and they're constantly going to the doctor for a new thing, and they haven't made that connection. They just live this awful, anxiety-ridden life, and they think that this is life because that's their baseline. They don't know what it's like to live a life that's free of that.
And even those who have overcome that temptation is always there.
Always there.
That cliff is always there. It's like an alcoholic at one drink and it's over, you know?
And not even for people that have just people that have overcome that, but for people like myself that have never fallen prey to it. Like I've never had a sedentary life, but still to me, like every time I go to the gym, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. Like I know now that I just have to do it. And it doesn't matter how I feel, I'm going to do the work. And because I've just established that. When I get there, as soon as I get there, it's go time. Let's go. And then once I get moving, and once I'm 3 sets in and 4 sets in, and I'm covered in sweat, now we're fine. Now we know what to do. And now I embrace the exertion, and all is good. But I have to do it all over again the next day. And the next day is the same thing. My friend David Goggins, who's probably one of the most disciplined humans that's ever lived, he talks about, he goes, it ain't easy. He goes, when I see my shoes in the morning, sometimes I stare at those motherfuckers for a half hour before I put them on. But
even he.
He'll stare at his sneakers for a half hour, but then he'll go run 50 miles. You know, and that's the difference between a person who can overcome and a person who gives in to those feelings. And some people have never overcome, so they don't even know the beautiful feeling of accomplishing something that's difficult because they've never done it. They've sort of embraced the idea that it's fun to be lazy. It's great to be a slob. It's great to live in this world, and that's the last thing I'd ever want to do is exercise. Get the fuck out of here. And they pretend that they're wise in their choice, that there's some sort of frivolous nature to physical activity. But physical activity is mental activity. You just don't think of it that way because your mind is forcing your body to do the work. You just don't think of it that way. You think of it as being physical, brute, grunt work for cavemen. But the reality is it's the mind that forces the body to do that, and you must have a strong mind in order to get that done. So a strong mind is not just one that can do calculus. A strong mind is not just one that can write books. A strong mind is one that controls the body and all of its inherent weaknesses and all of its urges to be lazy and sedentary and self-destructive. That's a strong mind.